seats. I'd like in a special way to welcome the board chairperson of the Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Sir, if you could kindly join us at the front. Good morning, attendees online through the Pathable platform. Mulembe, Abarigani, Molweni, Biaibo, Mwasuze Mutya. That's just one of the ways we say hello in Uganda. We are one of the most diverse countries in the world. We have about 110 tribes, so if I started to say good morning in each and every of those languages, we'll probably spend the whole day here. My name is Dennis Nabende. I work with the Uganda Registration Services Bureau as the Senior PR and Corporate Affairs Officer, and I will be your MC or Programs Manager for the day. I'll do it with my colleague called Andrew Williams, who's in London. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Dennis. It's a pleasure to be here. As you mentioned, my name is Andrew Williams, and I work for Companies House in the UK as the Head of Strategy and Planning. I'm honoured to be part of the team here today coordinating the event. Before we begin, I would just like to say a massive thank you to our sponsors, speakers and attendees, and of course, our wonderful hosts in Uganda. I'm sure we're going to have an absolutely amazing conference, and I'm really excited for what we have in store for the next 3 days. On that note, it would give me great pleasure to introduce a brief welcome video that our hosts have prepared.
Ken? Is the video ready? Okay, if the video is not ready, Andrew, maybe we'll play the video later. Thank you for those introductory remarks. I hope we'll do a good job. Welcome again to everybody that's joined us online from wherever you are, be it New Zealand, Singapore, Malaysia, or wherever you're joining us from this morning. Next on the agenda will be remarks from the Conference Director, Madam Caroline Egesa. After her remarks, I'll request that she invites the Deputy Registrar General to also make his remarks. Over to you, Madam Caroline Egesa.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Hello, everybody, because I know we are all in different time zones. So I would say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Our dear guest of honor, the Chairman, Board of Directors of Uganda Registration Services Bureau, the members of the Board of Directors, the President of Corporate Registers Forum, the Deputy Registrar General, stakeholders, members of CRF, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this 16th Annual Corporate Registers Forum Conference. URSB and Uganda in general appreciates you all for honoring our invitation to the conference. The first of its kind in virtual form because of the present circumstances of COVID-19. I especially want to thank the speakers and facilitators for their commitment in preparation for this conference. As you know, CRF aims at providing members with the opportunity to review the latest developments in corporate business registers internationally and exchange experience and information on the present and future operations of corporate business registration systems, with the intention of further easing doing business. No doubt, this year's theme, Ease of Doing Business, the role of corporate registries, speaks well into this purpose. A host of topical issues shall be discussed, as you've all seen the program, and we hope to derive a wealth of knowledge and best practice that will inform service delivery among the registers. This is very important for the people we serve, especially so in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic and what we operate in as the new normal. Most interesting will be to learn more about priorities and development among the member countries of the CRF and the collective contributions they make to ease of doing business to their clients. I am also aware that holding a virtual conference such as this and organizing the same where we have more than 300 participants is no mean feat, and you're all very welcome to this conference. For this reason, I would like to take this opportunity, first and foremost, to say thank you to the CRF for allowing Uganda to host this conference 2021, a virtual one, a first of its kind. I would like to most especially appreciate the support that you've given us in putting the conference together. I would also like to appreciate the Uganda Registration Services Bureau team that has put this conference together. Together, despite our continued pandemic posture, we have moved mountains to ensure that this conference takes place and that it is flexible, it is accessible to all internationally. To the past CRF President, Madame Roseanne, I would like to say a special thank you for the support that you've given us throughout the journey. I would also like to thank Michael and colleagues, and I cannot thank you enough for your support that you've given us throughout. For the URSB organizing team, since we are together here physically, allow me to invite you very quickly for special recognition for the support that you've put in and the hard work that you've put in to organize this conference. Yes, that's the team: Dennis, Arthur, Provia, Patricia, Carol, Max, and Robert. Thank you very, very much. Your efforts are most appreciated. I would like to take a moment to also thank our sponsors for making this conference possible. In the course of organizing this conference, we are fortunate enough to have sponsors on board, and these are Foster Moore Company, Norway Registrars Development, and B Systems. Thank you very much for sponsoring this conference. I sincerely hope that you will all enjoy today and the next 2 days of this conference. I encourage you to network together, even online, and speak and pick as much knowledge as possible. I thank you once again for tuning in online, and also like to thank the members who are here present to attend the conference. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this opportunity to invite our Acting Registrar General, Mr. Alex Sanganya, to give his remarks.
Thank you very much, the Conference Director. I am going to make these remarks on behalf of the Registrar General, who has traveled out of the country on official duties. And I'll read the remarks. Our guest of honor, the Chairman of the Board of Uganda Registration Services Bureau, the President of the Corporate Registers Forum, the Conference Director, the stakeholders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to the 16th Annual Corporate Registers Forum 2021. It's the first CRF annual conference that has been held virtually. I congratulate you all for making history. Thank you for making the time to join us at this event. The CRF conference is an annual event that has taken place since 2003. CRF is an association of international corporate registries whose membership is open to the government agencies and their officials responsible for administration of body corporate registers. Currently, the forum has a membership of over 60 countries from a wider jurisdiction ranging from New Zealand to Uganda. The aim of the forum is to provide members with the opportunity to review latest developments in the corporate business registers internationally and exchange experiences and information on the present and future operations of the corporate business registration system. There's no other better time for this conference than today, in the face of the devastations of the COVID-19 pandemic and the desire for a new normal that facilitates business. Uganda joined the forum in 2012 and has since participated in all the subsequent annual conferences. The 16th annual conference, 2020, was to be hosted by Uganda at Kampala in September 2020, but to be postponed due to COVID-19 pandemic restrictions. If you may recall, 2020 was a peak year for this pandemic and the associated restrictions. Our theme this year is ease of doing business, the role of corporate registries. In my opinion, this is a very fitting theme given the events of the past 2 years and how they have impacted on the international community and the resultant new normal. However, as the famous saying goes, the show must go on. With the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic and the resultant unprecedented challenges, we have had to find new ways to keep the show going on as registries, as world economies, and as individuals. At URSB, we had embraced electronic transactions as the new normal. Today, we have achieved over 70% adoption of e-services, right from about 30% prior to the pandemic. This is both in line with our institutional strategy of all digital, all online, and the national e-government strategy. This is also in line with the CRF advocates for especially dynamism, electronic, and revolutionary approaches to registration. As a country, we are honored and pleased to have this opportunity to host the 16th annual conference. A lot has happened since the last conference in 2019, held in North Macedonia. As the conference progresses, we are going to appreciate how our registries have been affected and the opportunities and challenges arising. The conference shall cover a duration of 3 days and shall include topical issues such as blockchain, artificial intelligence in registries, ICT for registration, cross-border integration of registers. I would like to thank the stakeholders here physically present, our guests of honor, ministers, heads of organizations, and all our invited guests for making time and honoring our invitation. In the same vein, allow me to extend my gratitude and appreciation to the virtual participants who have joined us from all over the world. I also want to thank our associated organizations, as well as our partners, Ancestral and the World Bank. I thank the organizers of this conference, both local and international, our sponsors and supporters for making time and providing financial, technical support for successful hosting of this conference. also thank all of the speakers and presenters for the next 3 days. As the conference begins, let us keep our ears peeled and our minds open to learn and relearn. Let us remember that we are the ones who make business happen. Companies and trade will not exist without registries. We are at the heart of the economy, and we do indeed ease doing of business. I thank you once again for your participation, and I wish all of us successful and fruitful conference. Masike Kenopisho, Registrar General. Thank you very much. I now take this opportunity to invite the board chair, Ambassador Francis Butagira, to address the conference. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Mr. Suz, representing the Attorney General and the guest of honor, the President, Corporate Registrars Forum, members of the board, Registrar General, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everybody present today and those who have joined us virtually to this important conference. I would like to congratulate the team of organizers for this important conference. The Corporate Registrars Forum is being held at a unique time in Uganda, indeed the whole world. Whereas previously participants have had physically to be present, now it is virtual. This is in stark contradiction to the tradition where delegates have previously had to attend physically. As you know, this is in response to COVID-19 pandemic and the need to observe relevant standard operating procedures. I personally had the benefit of attending 2 Corporate Registrars Forum meetings, one in Abu Dhabi and one in Hong Kong. It's a pity we have, because of the pandemic, we have not been able to physically interact. Because when you interact, you really gain a lot from these conferences. But as the Registrar General said, nonetheless, these are the conditions we are living in. We have now to do away without physical presence. As we settle in the new normal, we take cognizance of the fact that COVID-19 has challenged us into better and more innovative ways of going about our business. As URSB, we are progressing from paper transactions to paperless transactions with our motto, all digital, all online strategy. The theme of this year's Corporate Registrars Forum is very much in line with the challenges that the registries worldwide have faced over the past 2 years. So we look forward to sharing ideas and learning new trends in doing business that other registries have embraced as normal. I would like once again to thank the Uganda Registration Service Bureau staff and the team of CRF Secretariat for organizing this conference. I'm confident that this conference will add value to every participant here present and those who are with us virtually. I thank all and wish you all present learning experience. But before I end on a personal note, Mr. Souza, I will come with this. Souza, he comes from the same village. He comes from Bugamba in Wampara. We come from together. So nice to see you, Souza. Thank you.
Thank you, our board chairman, Ambassador Francis Butajero. I would like to take this opportunity to invite the CRF president to give us her remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Karibuni, welcome. Like Dennis, I considered saying welcome in all the languages of the CRF members, but not only would that be a real challenge for my language skills, I think it would take all my time, but that's actually a reflection of how diverse the membership of CRF is and how important it is that we come together from across the world to meet and exchange views. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you to our 16th annual conference and my first as transitional president. It's an absolute honour to be acting as president of CRF and to be welcoming you to Uganda, even if it can only be virtually. I know you will all share my disappointment that we haven't been able to visit such a special country. And in particular, I'm really disappointed not to follow in the steps of my countryman Winston Churchill, who had a great love for Uganda and described it as the Pearl of Africa. A very big welcome to any of you who are joining us for the first time and to our allies in the private sector. It's going to be an exciting 3 days. The conference is a chance for us to reconnect as a business registry community, to share our experiences and challenges as we all continually strive to serve our customers and our economies in better ways. This has never been more relevant, as we have all had what has been a particularly challenging 2 years since we were all last together in the Republic of North Macedonia. I don't think then any of us could have foreseen the changes we would have to make to continue to provide registry services against the backdrop of a global pandemic. We have all risen to the challenges, adapted and evolved at speed. It's not over yet, and we will need to continue to grow and to learn from each other as we deal with the ongoing effects of the pandemic. In this forum, we will look at how we can support business with their recoveries, but also how we can continue to evolve for the benefit of our societies. There are a number of issues that are common to us as registries. Corporate transparency is always a topic that engages people, and beneficial ownership, making that information publicly available is really important. The UK has joined the Beneficial Ownership Leadership Group, where we aim to work with other countries to make beneficial ownership disclosure a global norm. Our government is also committed to introducing a new register of the beneficial owners of overseas companies owning UK property. I know beneficial ownership is of continuing interest to business registries, and the transparency it provides is essential to build trust in the system. However, this trust can be fragile. We are also keenly aware of how corporate structures are being used to facilitate corruption, serious and organised crime, and tax evasion. These criminal activities generate real costs for markets and for people, and especially hurt the poorest in society. This is an issue which I think will rise up the agenda for registries, and that is why our government is planning significant reforms to improve the reliability of the information on our register. We will take new statutory powers to check the identity of the people behind each company, so that businesses and citizens have greater assurance when dealing with other companies. It will also give law enforcement greater ability to trace those using companies to commit fraud and money laundering. Identity verification is again a topic that is of interest to many of us, and one which we are all approaching in slightly different ways. An excellent opportunity to learn from each other. These are the type of issues that every registry will be facing, and we will each be at different stages of our journey. This conference gives us a platform to come together, to hear new perspectives on all the important issues for a 21st century corporate registry. Through the connections we forge here, we can constantly learn and find new and innovative ways that will help us to make it easier for business so that they can do what they need to do to thrive. I would like to say thank you to our generous sponsors who have made our conference possible. You will have plenty of opportunity to hear from them, as well as an opportunity to chat during the social hours. Please do take the time to visit the sponsors page on the platform to learn a bit more about how they can support us in the registry world. Have a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Louise. That's most appreciated. I would like to take this opportunity to call upon our guest of honor to officially have our conference open.
Thank you, Caroline. Good morning, everyone. I bring you both the greetings of the Honorable Kiyowa Kiwanuka, the Attorney General of the Republic of Uganda, as well as his regrets for not being able to join you physically because he has had to attend to some cabinet engagement, as much as he would have loved to be here with you. My name is John Bosco Souza. I'm the Director, Legal Advisory Services in the Attorney General's Office, and therefore my job today is to read for you the Attorney General's remarks. And these are the remarks. The Chairman, Board of Directors of Uganda Registration Services Bureau, Ambassador Francis Butagira. Before I proceed, Ambassador Butagira is not just someone with whom I share a place of origin, but he has played a very, very significant and important role in my cultivation as a human being and to others. Why? He's the first lawyer I met in person as I was growing up. And maybe that's why I got the idea that it was a good idea to be a lawyer. Most importantly, when he was the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda in the early 1980s, he established the secondary school where I went for my O-level education. I have many times told him that, who knows, I might not have gone to school had he not established that school. So he's a very important person in my life, and I'm happy to say that in his presence. The Deputy Registrar General, the President, CRF, the Registrar General, Uganda Registration, the Deputy Registrar General, Uganda Registration Services Bureau, the Conference Director, stakeholders in all your respective capacities, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Warm greetings from Uganda, which many of you know as the Pearl of Africa. I am honored to speak to you today at this special event, which brings together corporate registrars, forum members from across the world. I welcome you to this country and hope that you will enjoy the conference and the country over the next few days. Allow me to also appreciate the efforts of the forum and of the Uganda Registration Services Bureau for organizing the conference. I'm very privileged and pleased to support this activity, the outcome of which will promote opportunities to review and exchange views among business registries for the betterment of member economies. Allow me to also observe that I was pleased to learn that the purpose for which this forum was established is to provide members with an opportunity to review the latest developments in corporate business registration and to exchange experiences and ideas on the operation of corporate registration systems. This is important because it is the company's registries that empower businesses to operate in the formal economy and to reap the benefits that come with formalization. Business registration is increasingly recognized as an important gateway for entrepreneurs into the formal economy. Through formal business registration, they can benefit from increased rights such as access to government services, fair treatment under the law, and of course, the advantages of limited liability. With the outbreak of the global COVID-19 pandemic, corporate registries have found themselves with the need to generate reforms as much as they can. And this makes this year's theme even more fitting. Uganda, as a country, also needs to grow its technology and leapfrog along with it as companies and registries embrace the new normal, which the previous speakers have alluded to. No doubt, registries cannot stay in traditional approaches registration. We must shift focus to the more revolutionary approaches to these services. This will not only uphold the integrity of the registers, but also inform economic trends and interventions, such as legal and administrative reforms that is doing business. I am glad that a substantial number of the member countries represented in this forum are on this trajectory. At this 16th Corporate Registers Forum conference that Uganda has been ordered to host, we look forward to interacting, learning, and networking with other registries, professionals from across the world in the diverse number of topics that will be discussed, from how registries have supported businesses throughout the COVID-19 pandemic period to topics about how blockchain and artificial intelligence can help registries support business. In evaluating a registry's efficiency in providing relay services, several elements are often considered to be key: a comprehensive electronic database, a one-stop shop, and an online platform for business registrations. Several countries and their registries have moved quite quickly to come up with solutions to growing restrictions that came with the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm happy to observe that Uganda has not been an exception, as URSB has migrated most of her services to the online platforms in line with the national policy on e-government. This is a step towards achieving service efficiency. Entrepreneurs are able to file incorporation documents electronically and sometimes even to complete the entire business registration process online. This is indeed welcome and revolutionary. In the coming days, the process is expected to be fully online. I congratulate the Uganda Registration Services Bureau on this milestone. We remain alive to the fact that a paper-based register is not favorable in the new normal. It is also true that automation increases efficiency, reduces costs of operations, achieves scales, provides personalized services, offers transparent operational practices, increases capabilities for data analysis and analytics, and reduces administrative discretion, while inviting greater public and social participation. Automation also ensures a shift from citizens in line to citizens online. It aids provision of services to citizens at their doorstep without requiring that they first visit government offices. I take it that your discussions in the next, over the next 3 days will be about underscoring these virtues of automation and how to take them to even a higher level. I would like in particular to highlight the importance of working together in strategic partnerships to address the challenges that face corporate registries in these times. Greater collaboration is needed among countries in addressing some of the overarching challenges which we face. This conference is therefore an attestation to the importance corporate registries have in the economies. I wish you fruitful and rewarding discussions for the remainder of the conference. And I take this opportunity to declare this conference officially open. Kiriwa Kiwanuka, Attorney General of Uganda.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Attorney General, for that. He raised something I found very interesting. He said we need to move citizens away from citizens in line to have citizens online. To everybody else following the conference, it's also available on our online YouTube channel. All you do is search for URSP and you'll be able to follow the proceedings. At this juncture, I would like to hand over to Andrew to take us through to the next agenda item, which is the roll call. Andrew, over to you.
Thank you very much, Dennis. And may I just say a thank you to all our speakers today who are making this such a brilliant and wonderful event. It's been a real pleasure to hear from everybody this morning, and I look forward to seeing what the rest of the conference has in store. Without further ado, I would like to ask all our attendees to join the next session, which is due to start in 3 minutes, which will be our roll call. I look forward to seeing you all there, and thank you again for all the opening remarks.
Thank you, Andrew. As Andrew has stated, the next session, anybody who's on Pathable, you'll have to log out and then log back into the next session, which is the roll call, which will be handled by Michael. So please log out and log in again for the roll call for all the members. For those here physically, you don't need to worry about that because it's being done online. The person will also log in and we'll see him. Let's just wait for Michael to log in.
Recording in progress.
And formally introducing the roll call item. The roll call will be led by the Deputy Registrar at Companies New Zealand, Companies Office, Michael Brosnan. Michael has been instrumental in helping to organise the event through his position as Secretariat for the Corporate Registers Forum. I do have to say a huge thank you to you, Michael. All your efforts have been really appreciated and you have made this event possible. Though I do have to say on a personal note,
Recording in progress.
Giving thanks to a New Zealander after the absolute thrashing you gave us in the Autumn Internationals the other week. But putting that aside 1 second, it's a real pleasure to have you here today, Michael, and I can't wait to hear from you.
Thank you, Andrew. Kia ora koutou. Greetings to one and all from New Zealand. It is my pleasure once again to take attendees to the Corporate Registers Forums Conference through the traditional roll call. So without further ado, I will start. So first I would like to just introduce and thank the Executive Committee who have been behind Uganda throughout this year to put the conference on. So to Louise Smith, our President, Transitional President from the UK Companies House, myself as Secretariat, Kitty Tu from Hong Kong, our Treasurer, Ms. Kay Lata, our Assistant Secretariat from Singapore, Rob Hayes, Assistant Secretariat from Australia, Carol Gessler, our Conference Director, and a huge thank you, Carol, for all the hard work that you and your team have done to bring this together today. Maria Boszkowska-Jankowski, I always struggle with that, I do apologise, Maria, from the Republic of North Macedonia, Michelle Crosby from Australia, Conductor Paul Messina